1920s, and it began with a classic called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. They started to improve around 1968 when Night of the Living Dead first appeared, and that was a very old black and white film, and it was quite small budget. It was about 7 people who were in a barn house and were trying to escape from the corpses in Pennsylvania, and it was the first American independent zombie horror. In 1978, the release of Dawn of the Dead published zombie films in the right direction that became increasingly popular. In the 1980s, films were released such as Dead and Buried, The Return of the Living Dead and The Dead Next Door. They were released in this decade. The 1990s, zombie films began to lose their way and became quite less successful, and there were much less being created in this decade. The 2000s, there were many successful zombie horrors such as Land of the Dead and a remake of Dawn of the Dead, and this is probably where it peaked. The zombie genre was fully established in the 80s, and in the 80s they defined a lot of the characteristics and kind of rules of like zombie films, such as the zombies must have died to become a full zombie. There is only one way to kill a zombie, which is to destroy the brain or like decapitate them. Intelligence was a very low point of the zombies and their weakness. They're very slow, and if humans were bitten by them, they would become infected. Almost all zombie movies are age rated about 15 and none below. This is probably due to the large amount of violence, gore and other such scary things which are not really suitable for an audience under than 15.